Family, and if you're just joining in, welcome. And in case you're wondering what's going on, well, I set myself out for 100 days towards wellness and abundance because I wanted to feel better and I wanted to do more based on the fact that I was coming from a place of lack and I didn't deal with certain things that should have been dealt with. So I set myself up for this challenge, and on this road, it has brought me to do bigger and better things. So today, guys, we're featuring trauma. Yes, this is like a taboo in the Jamaican culture. A lot of times we don't talk about it, but it's an important thing. So stay tuned for more.
Why do women seem to go after the troubled man as opposed to the healthy man?
I think it has to do with your past. It has to do with your inner child, unresolved trauma. And it is my experience that when you are with someone, you meet somebody, and you feel this crazy amount of chemistry. Like, my advice is like, run away, because that is not something healthy. That is unresolved trauma. That is you being a child inside of an adult body, looking at another child inside of an adult body, that his unresolved trauma will touch you in a way, will complete your unresolved trauma. And you're going to learn a lot of lessons, but are going to be painful. So why don't you learn them on your own instead?
Thank you guys for coming back. So what is trauma? Trauma can be an event, an accident, something terrible that happened in our life that shook us to the core so hard that every time we go back to relive that experience, it brings on certain fear, anxiety, stress, depression. It just terrifies us, and that lodge in the body and it lodges in the mind. And sometimes we can act a certain way and we are not sure why we're acting that way, and that's most time because we have experienced traumatic event. In the Jamaican culture, talking about trauma is like so taboo because people don't really talk about these things, and we don't know how important it is to our well-being. And sometimes we are going through life and we're trying a series of things and it's just not happening for us. And a lot of times it's like we don't know why, but a lot of times there's blockage in the brain, because trauma to the brain is like a malware. It's like a computer or a phone that contracted a virus, and because of that virus, that phone is not programming, or that computer is not programming on the level that it's supposed to. That's how trauma affects the brain. When it's there, it doesn't allow you to operate on the level that we're supposed to operate on. So there's different coping methods, guys, to deal with this. Stay tuned for more.
If you have a deep fear of being rejected or abandoned, and you sabotage relationships before the relationship has a chance to abandon you, it's like putting on a protective suit that you created when you were young after experiencing traumatic rejection and abandonment. Carrying this armour into your adult life can be exhausting and really lonely. The good news is there's a way to take off that armour, lower those fears, connect with others, and have long and rewarding relationships. It's all about awareness.
All right, guys, so now we know what is trauma, something terrible that happened to us. So I can tell you some of the effects of trauma, because trauma will leave you at times with anxiety, feeling anxious about something all the time. It will leave you with depression that oftentimes make you feel so sad, make you feel unworthy or unwanted. It can leave you with stress, always feeling like you're coming from a place of lack, like everything is going wrong in your life and nothing is going right. It's always like you're operating on a stress level. You can't be at a place of calm because of that trauma. And another thing too with trauma, it can leave you feeling so angry. You have so many people out there, they are so angry, and the moment you say something to them, they might flare up because it's triggering something that happened in their past. Either they feel unwanted, they weren't heard, or people treat them so bad then. So the moment you're having like not necessarily a confrontation, it can be just reasoning with them about something that happens, they take it to an extreme level and it triggers a lot of anger, unresolved trauma in them, and it causes bigger problems. And I'm saying it, guys, because oftentimes we don't talk about this in our Jamaican culture, but it's so dominant there, and a lot of times we cannot function on the level that we're supposed to because we didn't deal with the traumas in our lives. But there's different ways to cope, and there's different coping methods for trauma, and I have 4 different coping methods for you guys that I'm gonna put, and you can see.
That awareness and self-love. I know you've heard that before. But if you can practice remembering the truth at every opportunity, the truth being that you were not rejected or abandoned by your parents because there was something wrong with you. There was nothing wrong with you. It was their pain. It was their fears, not you. You were and are now absolutely valuable and completely lovable.
Buzzword now, you know that folks talk about trauma, but I think it's a good buzzword because it's true. So I might say that I'm happy or not is because that young Wayne never felt worthy enough. I think always felt less than. The more I get or the better I do, all of these things are going to make me feel better, and then you'll see. I wasn't operating with intention. I just wanted to work because I just wanted to be able to take care of myself. I want enough money to be able to take care of myself. I want to have because I didn't have, so I want to have. So if you're operating from a place I want to have, I want this now. I was not intentional with my show business journey.
So this, me follow. All right, guys, so this is the end of the program so far, and I'm still going through the 100 days, and I'm telling you guys, oftentimes I feel like just throwing in the towel, but I keep on pressing on and I keep on going on, and that's what we have to do in life. Because if you're a person that's been through trauma, you're going through trauma, you'll realize that you have to push 5 times harder than the average person that might don't have those experiences. You have to push through harder. You have to put in more work. And I know it's like an injured person trying to run a race being injured. It doesn't take away from the fact that you still have to run the race. It's just that you're gonna run the race with more pain, but you can still run the race. So this race that we're on is the race of self-development, guys. It's developing yourself, it's growing into the person that you were designed to be, and doing better for you to feel more fulfilled. So that's it for now, guys, and stay tuned. Please, if you enjoy this program or you think it's worthwhile, you can give me a thumbs up. You can subscribe. So peace and love, and see you guys on the next video. All right, guys, so I'm still going, still on the journey, still going strong. And let me tell you something. This takes dedication, and as I said in previous videos, that dedication, perseverance beat out any level of hard work. I get it, some days we're not gonna feel like doing certain things. Very understandable, it's human nature. But if you rest a day or 2, then that should be enough to re-energize you so you can get back on the track and keep trying and keep going. Not every day I want to do this, not every day I do this, but I make sure that I do it as often as I can to keep the momentum going. Whatever you're doing in life, it doesn't have to be exercising, eating, praying. This can add to any aspect of your life. Whatever it is, whatever you're doing, and you know that it's something that you want to keep doing, and you feel like your outer energy or your motivation level is low, it's okay, it's all right for you to take a few days, but always get back up, keep going. Life is a battlefield. We take a little breath and we get back up